Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 3 of the GeekyClean show. I am one of your hosts, Dan Howles, and due to a room change, the girl in front of me is the one, the only, the femme fatale in the flesh, Sarah Jayne.
Really? They get worse every
Wagwan,
time.
Sarah. How you doing? You alright?
Did you say wagwan?
I am. You know, I'm reaching out of my demographic, right? I'm trying to talk to people outside of Griffithstown, outside of the South Wales group.
Okay. I'm fine, by the way.
Wagwan,
Thanks for
y'all,
asking.
Londoners.
Stop. First topic.
Okay, and no, not yet. You're trying
Not
to
yet.
jump ahead of the whole kind of rigmarole at the beginning. So, for those who don't know, have missed the previous episodes or just forgot, this show comes out every Monday for those Mondays on platforms like YouTube for the funky fresh video version. For the sound only, you can go to SoundCloud, or you can go to Podomatic, which should be subscribing to iTunes, but I don't know as of yet. Which I should have found out beforehand.
We'll keep you updated.
We'll keep you updated, but again, Twitter will probably tell you on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, we need suggestions for the show. So for those who don't know, we talk about 3 topics here. We both bring a topic each. The third topic is selected from social media from you guys. We've got quite a few, but we still need more because, you know, I'm getting to the point where I'm coming up with stupid topics already, and Sarah's having a go at me like, I want to talk about what do we do with time travel? And is a burger a sandwich? But no, that's not allowed.
That's not good enough. Nobody wants to know.
But, so yeah, we need topics from you guys. We're getting a few, but just keep them coming because maybe we can get to the point where all 3 topics are from you guys. Like, who knows what holds in the future? And that's the whole point. You're in the room with us. So yeah, Twitter is I'm at It's Adova. Sarah is at Sarah Jayne Hale. And you can tweet the show at GeekyClean Show. Is there anything else I'm missing there?
No. Don't think
No?
so.
Sounds good. Should we get straight into the...
We do have a Facebook page now as well.
Oh,
So
yes.
look us up and like us.
That is GeekyClean Show. I will
Or
put
we'll
that in the
find you.
description as well, and I'll make a button. I've yet to make any of these buttons. I'm slacking. So yes, the show comes out every Monday. We're going to be a little bit late sometimes. Last week was technically still Monday, but it was 11:30 at night.
It was
so
bordering on
it was
Tuesday.
bordering. Anyway, should we get into this?
Yes.
The
go.
first topic we're going to be doing is superpowers. Because we haven't talked enough about superheroes and comic book characters. If you could have any superpower you wanted, Marvel, DC, maybe it's from Saga, maybe it's from Invincible, you had any superpower you wanted,
I didn't even think of Saga.
it doesn't have to be Marvel or DC. Any superpower, what would you choose? Say, I've talked for the last 2 minutes and you go.
I played this wrong. I didn't even think of Saga.
What are you thinking now?
No, I know you said
You
we
can
could-
pick one.
I know you said this.
And
I
I'm
have
gonna
to.
no, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna just put the rule in. You can't pick Sylar or Peter Matrelli from Heroes when you eventually get them all. Like you
Okay.
can't have a powered. It's like the wish from Aladdin where you wish for more wishes. That you can't have that.
That was my one.
Was that one of them? Was
Power,
it?
power mimicry is called.
No, that's fine. Rogue, I'm fine with that.
Yes.
Rogue from X-Men,
But-
but she can't store them.
No, the problem with that is if you are the only person in the world with that superpower,
Yeah, exactly.
you'd still have no
You
superpowers.
have no powers.
Exactly. So I think telepathy,
See, is that
being able to read people's minds
Yeah,
is what
that's
I mean.
telepathy.
Yeah.
now? I thought that. I'm a bit of a and I think
Exactly.
and I don't want to know what people think about me. That bark, did you hear that?
Did you just woof?
I did. So, for those, I've been having a bit of fun with the last 2 episodes. The censors in the last one were dog noises.
Yeah.
So we want to introduce everyone, and this is as good a time as any, introduce everyone into the newest family member of the GeekyClean show, which is the swearing sausage dog. Because I
forgot we talked
swear
about
too
that.
much.
I completely forgot we talked about that. But yeah, that is the swearing sausage dog. You will probably hear him a lot, mostly from Dover, not from me.
Anyway, so back to powers.
Yes, powers. I would say telepathy.
I've thought about this since I was just a wee child,
Yeah.
right? I want swinging from Spider-Man. Like, that's what I want.
Yes.
I don't want, but I know why it doesn't work. Again, one power. So if we choose webbing as my, this is the Peter Parker that produces the webbing, not has the web shooters, right?
Yeah.
So I could swing from a building, but I haven't got the strength. So if I I don't
Yeah.
live in a big city.
You do not have the upper body strength to be able
But
to.
I don't live in a
propel
big city,
yourself.
so I can't swing from anything. Unless I'm going to swing from a roof or like a
Yeah.
2-story building, I ain't getting much momentum. But if I jumped off a skyscraper, I'm going to rip my shoulder out of his place.
Yeah.
B, he's got the agility to hit each window. I don't do that. I'm going to faceplant a building.
No, exactly. You
or
can't
the floor.
You can't just have swinging as a power. You need the whole like Spider-Man skill set.
But it's the same with like Wolverine. Like
Yeah.
I think personally, indestructibility, like invulnerability,
Oh,
even,
yeah, definitely.
would be the best. You don't age,
That's a
but
good one.
then that's bad because you can't. Like Wolverine's biggest flaw is he can't have a family.
No.
Like you're gonna outlive everyone.
Yeah, which would suck.
Plus, you can only.
I also thought about immortality.
It only goes against you. What show was it? I think it was Torchwood. Is it Torchwood with the main
Torchwood.
guy's invulnerable? Captain Jack, whatever
Jack
his face. Yeah, he can't die, right? They
Yes.
buried him alive for hundreds of thousands of years. Like that is horrendous.
Hmm.
Like you're just gonna suffocate on mud.
Fan theory alert, he is the face of Bo. Just putting it out there. But yeah, no, I do agree with you. I did think about immortality as well, and the indestructibility thing, but I don't think that would be... That would suck. You'd be the last person... Eventually, you'd be the last person on Earth, heading towards a comet, and you still wouldn't die.
No, exactly. You'd just be stuck in space.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. how
God
that
knows
would
what
work.
shape you'd be in at that point.
Exactly.
It's just not practical. Telepathy, I do like. I am very curious about what other people are thinking, what other people think of me, what like other people's opinions, and I feel like
Would
that
you
for me that
choose-
would be a really good.
Would you
power.
choose telepathy, or would you be able to? Would you choose really good hearing so you could hear people whisper?
No, telepathy.
You would straight up go.
I don't- yeah,
read minds.
definitely.
How would that work? You got to touch them. Can you just look at them and?
It would be. I've thought about this as well.
That's fine.
It would be selective, so I'd be able to like zone in on them, but I wouldn't have to touch them. I would just have to in like a vicinity, in a general vicinity.
But could you harness it? Because I just want to read that person's
Yes,
mind.
definitely. I do not want the noise. That wouldn't be fun. I'd want to be able to zone in on individual people.
Okay. Say if we were in a death match, me and you
Mm-hmm.
are in a straight up death match, right? How's that going to help you? There are certain powers that just don't help you. If me and you
Oh,
had to
no,
fight,
of
no
course not.
weapons, right?
You
Straight-
no. You didn't bring in this deathmatch rule before. This is the first I'm hearing of this.
Okay, but that's where I was going with it.
That's
but-
the case. I want to be like 50 feet tall. Just stamp on you.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't be able to breathe the air. Like that's why flying is.
Yeah, that's
Because
also why I didn't go
you
with
can't,
flying.
You can't breathe the air
That's
up
also
there.
why I
All you
didn't
can
go
do
with
is
flying.
hover above the floor, and people are just going to hit you with bats.
Well, then you're indestructible anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No, you're not. Not if
No,
you
I
took
mean,
fl-
you are indestructible anyway.
Yeah, I would choose telepathy.
You choose telepathy as well?
No, telekinesis.
Telekinesis.
Sorry. Telekinesis, where I can make stuff
We've both
hover.
gone for mind powers. That's interesting, isn't it?
I would make stuff hover, like I could throw things at people without having to. But,
But then I'd be able to tell what you wanted
does
to
it
do.
have to come out of my hands?
Yeah.
Can I push the floor down? Can I push myself up? That's
Oh,
hovering.
is
that's two
flying
in
an
one.
extension of your
Exactly.
telekinesis?
Because
blah,
flying
blah,
is
blah.
an extension of Superman's strength, right?
Yeah,
You could
yeah,
leap tall buildings.
Yeah, so telepathy, telekinesis. That's interesting.
But
It's interesting.
I think if we fought, I'm smashing you, right? I'm telling you this now, because you.
I
could,
know your every move.
But you aren't fast enough to
I
react.
would know your every move.
But I don't think 6 moves ahead. I think like I'm gonna go to the right of it. But then you wouldn't know enough time to react. Like
yeah,
how
but
fast
you're
you
no, you're no stronger.
No, of course. But I can throw big things at you, like the floor.
No, because you couldn't throw big things at me because that would still be to do with your strength.
Oh, is that how it works? Was that how? You,
I would have thought so.
so I can only pick up. I don't know. I could probably pick up wardrobe or maybe pick up a.
I would say it would be the same as anything. You could only like at the moment you wouldn't be able to throw a wardrobe at me. If you trained, if you got stronger, you'd be able to eventually throw a wardrobe at me. But I think it would be. I think it would be similar. I think it would be similar. I think you'd need to train yourself.
Fair enough. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I've never thought about it in that light.
I thought about this a lot in work, by the way.
Let's. Should we move on to the next topic?
Yes.
This is your one, so crack on.
Okay. What I'd like to talk about is the differences and the successes of so the Marvel Cinematic Universe and DC series that have come out. I feel like there's quite a big disparity between the two.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So
I think Marvel are mopping the floor with DC.
definitely.
Definitely.
But
Oh,
I think
sorry.
the reason why it's okay. I think the reason why is because they got straight in there with the films.
The difference, I think, is that Marvel took the time. I don't think the Marvel Cinematic Universe was planned from day one. From
Oh,
Iron
no, of
Man.
course
Oh
not.
no, Hulk or whatever it was.
It was Iron Man first, actually. I looked this up earlier.
Was it?
It was Iron Man, then Hulk.
I don't think they planned it to be this massive 17 film extravaganza,
No.
right? What I think is someone said, right, let's make an Iron Man film. Worked out well. Let's tease a Hulk film. Oh, people actually like that.
Yeah,
Let's
Iron Man
make
and
a
the
Hulk
Hulk
film.
were not related at all when they first decided to bring them out.
It was the end bit where Tony Stark would go to Bruce Banner. Was there Edward Norton in that one?
It would have been.
And
So it's only been Mark Ruffalo in the Avengers films, but they are the same character.
Yeah.
Again, we've spoken about this a little bit before, but
where he said, I'm setting up a team or whatever, or a team of specialists or something. And then they brought in Nick Fury, and then everyone was like, they're going to do an Avengers film. Smashed out a Thor and a Captain America's film, and they were like, right, we got a framework for an idea. Because Phase 1 was very much setting up the Avengers. Phase 2, we were
end of Phase 1 was again.
Avengers
I
Assemble.
looked this up
It was
earlier.
Avengers Assemble.
Yeah, end of Phase 1 was Avengers Assemble. End of Phase 2, funny enough, is Ant-Man.
Yes, but Avengers Age of Ultron ends with them not being the Avengers. Spoilers, right?
Yeah, spoiler alert.
You've
If you
got
haven't seen Age of Ultron, do
5
not
seconds
listen.
to turn this off now. 2, 3, 4,
Watch Age of Ultron first.
5. Age of Ultron ends with the new Avengers building up. Now, this is the problem I have
The
with
Avengers
this
have
film.
split up.
It's because Sarah turned to me when we watched this film and said, "Oh, it's Avengers have a new facility." Because the words literally turn up, new Avengers facility. And Sarah was like, "Oh, what happened to Stark Tower? Like, what? Why have they got a new facility?" I was like, "No. This is not
Yeah, you were
the
literally like,
Avengers
whoa,
new
whoa,
facility. This is the new Avengers first facility."
Yes.
But so Civil War, right? More spoilers. Has Avengers, the new Avengers, and the Mighty Avengers.
Okay.
But they don't take the time to explain that in the film. They just,
No.
but everything else they take too much time.
But how many films have they got before they bring out the Civil War film?
Not that many.
No?
I don't think.
Okay.
I think because it's a Captain America film. Now they don't have to go down that route.
No.
But it'll be interesting to see what they do to certain fan favorite characters. You've never read Civil War, have you?
No. So don't
So
spoil it.
I won't spoil too
Yeah.
much.
I get the gist of it already, but don't say too much.
Okay. But back to the actual question: the difference between MCU and what's it?
MCU have
What's
definitely.
the DC one called?
The apparent I can only find this on like an obscure little like wiki page. It's not like a Wikipedia or anything. There is apparently a DC Comics cinematic universe as well, but I bet that's the first you're hearing of it.
Well, I did a bit of googling the minute I saw that you suggested this topic. I did a bit of googling while you were in work.
I think you probably found the wiki then.
DC Comics shared universe films.
Yes.
Started with Man of Steel.
Yes.
So, do you know how many films they've announced in there? This,
A fair few,
alright,
but
they're
it's-
doing this in the wrong order.
This is my problem with it
Okay.
though. Like, sorry.
No, it's okay.
This is my problem with it. I feel like this is also my main point in this argument. I feel like the DC side of it is very much a niche topic. They want the comic book fans. They're going for a very specific audience, whereas Marvel have gone, kids will love this. Parents will take their kids to see this. Comic book, yeah, people who read comic books when they were younger will love this, but there's something else in there too.
They do it on purpose. The saturated colours. I mean, everything's so bright.
It's for kids.
Well, yeah, it is, but it's designed to do how action heavy was Age of Ultron?
Oh yeah, Age of Ultron was amazing. The opening scene was
My
incredible.
favourite bit in Age of Ultron, right?
Again,
it's-
spoilers, just in case.
Or it leaked online, or it was released online, right?
Yeah.
There's a bit where they're all in Avengers Tower, they're having a party, everyone's there
God,
as well,
yeah.
and they try to pick up
Everyone's
Mjolnir,
there.
right?
It's-
Thor's hammer.
yeah.
They tried to pick. That is my favourite scene in that film because I like just hanging out with these characters, and this will lead on to my point is. Marvel did this in the right way round, right? Mm-hmm. What they did is they said, here are 5 films introducing main characters, their love interest, their side characters, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Right? Then they said, right, here's all these cool characters. It's what I dreamed of with a sandpit, with a tabletop being like, right, this is New York. And here's my Spider-Man action figure.
Yeah.
And here's my Captain America one. And that was my film. Because it was just like, let's just have these cool characters. We don't really care too much because all the fluff was taken care of in the original films.
Yeah.
Look, Asgard isn't mentioned once in the Avengers film,
Well,
except for Loki and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But I don't think they actually go to Asgard.
No, which is good. Which is like
But they took care of that in Thor
Yeah.
1 and 2. Like they
Which is really
explained that
great.
backlore.
they
said,
didn't have to have anybody's origin stories in Avengers.
like frost giants on anywhere, or ice giants, or ice trolls, whatever they're called, on anywhere in Avengers.
No.
Loki is, I mean, spoilers for the first Thor film. He's technically a half giant.
Yeah.
But
We are spoiler heavy today.
yeah, I'm loving this. This is a good one. I can feel this being a good one already. And we're already like 14 minutes in. But with DC, they're doing it the wrong way. So DC, Batman vs Superman, right?
I noticed this.
Batman vs Superman is the Dawn of Justice, which is the Dawn of the Justice League. For anyone who can't put that together, the Justice League is DC's versions of Avengers, right? It's Batman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Flash, Arrow, everyone getting together and fighting crime.
Yes.
It's the Avengers, but Batman, right? I even think that the Justice League may have come first.
Okay.
I'm not too sure about that because I think, bit of background lore, DC came first, and then Avengers, believe it or not, were like, we aren't flawed characters. We want... Iron Man used to be an alcoholic. Hank Pym beat his wife.
Which one was that?
The original Ant-Man?
Oh, yeah.
Beat his wife.
Of course he did.
Like, they were not good people.
No.
But then it went a little bit more colourful and PG, if you will.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a side note.
But again, I think that's part of where they've cornered the market a little bit. They've made it more friendly.
Yeah, definitely.
To everybody.
But like, think of how death is revered in the two franchises. Man of Steel. Everyone kicked off when Metropolis was...
Again, I've never seen Man of Steel. I find it so boring.
Right, well, Metropolis basically gets leveled in Man of Steel, right?
Yeah, I know that.
And everyone's like, oh my god, Superman let all these people die. Yeah, Iron Man walks into the bad guy base in Iron Man 3 with not in his suit and just starts shooting people.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people were killed in New York when the Chitauri attacked and that big worm thing dropped?
Yeah.
But it's never mentioned.
No.
It's because death is just not... It's different outlooks.
It's very different.
The main
I
problem...
think DC's slightly darker.
It's become that way. Like, especially with Nolan. The Nolan Batman films.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
exactly.
those were too realistic for me. Back to the Batman vs Superman trailer. I loved the look of that suit because it was like, it wasn't layers and layers and layers of like fancy Kevlar. It was like that. Here's a thick mattress suit.
Yeah.
You punch me, I'm
This
still
will
going to
actually
feel
protect
it.
you. Yeah.
Like, it was very much the I'm not wearing hockey pads guy wearing hockey pads. Like, it looked about 50 layers thick, and I love that. That's how my Batman looks in my head.
Yeah.
They're nailing the look of the Batman vs Superman film. I'm so excited for that.
I haven't seen too much about it.
That's our
actually.
topic 3, so we won't go too much into that.
No.
But the difference between DC and Marvel, is that Marvel's not splintered. Marvel came up with the films and then went, you know what? F it. This is all being one story. And S.H.I.E.L.D. is the same story.
Yeah.
And any spin-offs they do, it's all part of the same story. DC went, right, we're on Smallville. And that's going for 15 years. Whatever. 10 series or whatever.
Yeah, but
and then
again,
we're doing
Smallville's
Arrow.
great.
And then we're doing Gotham. But Arrow and Flash share the same universe. They cross
Yes,
over, right?
they do,
But
quite.
nothing else does. Like, the Batman.
No,
We
no.
have about 5-6 Bruce Waynes. That none of them are the same Bruce Wayne. We've got Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, George Clooney. We've got the little kid from Gotham. We've got Michael Keaton. We've got, like, Val Kilmer. That's 6 Batman.
Yeah.
None of them are the same Batman. We've got a few Supermen. None of them are the same Superman. Like, what? Why are you telling all these stories? I googled this earlier. Flash came out in 2014, right?
Yeah.
They're making the Flash film in 2018. That's 4 years, right?
Yeah.
4 years of an origin story of Barry Allen, right?
Yeah.
It's Barry Allen in the film, and then it's a different actor, so it's going to be an origin story. Like, why are we spending 4 years developing a character, a universe, a world to be like, right, we're hitting reboot in 4 years?
You guys
We
already
planned this.
know how much we hate reboots.
Like, I don't understand why they
There's
would
no
say
point
we're
in
going
it
to
at
build
all.
all this character, spend all this money on it, and then just reboot it in 4 years' time, planned. That doesn't make any sense to me.
No, you're right. It doesn't.
Our TV's turning itself off right now.
Sorry, bear with us.
So that's what I don't get. I don't understand why they need a head person, and they're trying to do this with Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder made 300, Watchmen, and he made Man of Steel.
Watchmen was awesome.
Watchmen's my favorite superhero film, but that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder, they got Joss Whedon on Marvel, right? And he is head, like, executive producer. Nothing really gets past him.
No.
They're doing that a bit with Zack Snyder now. People call it the Snyderverse. I don't particularly like his take on it.
Right.
I didn't overly like Man of Steel. I cannot tell you how pumped I am for Batman vs Superman.
But again, we'll talk about that later.
Exactly. But how I would fix DC, and let's talk about this a bit, is bring the multiverse into it.
Yes.
Have one person just even in one of the films, during the film, step through, I don't even know,
some kind of
a
portal.
or create a computer that can see or whatever, and you've got all these kind of like different realities in front of him.
Yeah.
And just show stock footage of Smallville and Gotham and this, that, and the other.
Oh my god!
Like,
I
is
never
it
even
so,
thought of that.
I mean,
That would
you've
be
got-
amazing.
How integral is the multiverse and everything?
That would be amazing. I never even
in
thought
both
of that.
Marvel and DC, but specifically DC. Like, how integral is the multiverse?
Yeah.
Like, why is
No.
it? Why are you making
You're
it
right
so
there.
taboo? I think it's because they'll think it'll be too complicated. But I think it's more complicated to have 16 Kal-Els like running round.
A 60-second scene where they show all the different multiverses. That would literally solve all of the canon issues.
Everything. And you say, you know what? No, it's not the fact that this is crazy. I'd even bring the real world into it. Earth Prime.
Yes.
Like, I would say, like, you don't have any superheroes, and then, like, have someone look into Earth Prime and say, oh, there's no superheroes there.
Yeah.
Boom. And then you automatically bring in ownership. And
Definitely.
that's how, if Marvel did that, that's how they get around all these Stan Lee cameos as well.
I stand by Stan Lee being the Watcher.
What?
I think that is a brilliant fan theory.
They should kill him now.
Yes.
Because
the
that
Watcher
would bring then
Doesn't the
into-
Watcher die?
Well, that's what I just finished reading
What's it called?
Original Sin.
Original Sin, yeah.
It was awesome. It was really interesting, but they're gonna have some definite problems at the end of Civil War
Yeah.
with certain Shield characters.
Like continuity and stuff.
I don't want to spoil too much for you,
No, please don't.
but people aren't as prevalent at the end of Civil War as they are at the beginning.
Right, okay. So people get killed off, basically.
Not so much that, but people have to go into hiding or retire, or
Right.
people take over certain people's positions.
Nick Fury.
Didn't want to say it too much. Can I just quickly run you past what I think should happen?
What, from Marvel? Yeah, do it.
Right, so again, spoilers for Civil War. 4, 3, 2, 1. Basically, Nick Fury, I think, disappears at the end of Civil War. Tony Stark becomes the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
Oh, I knew that anyway,
Starts
yeah.
the new Avengers, right? I won't spoil the bigger thing. But in Original Sin, he becomes the new Watcher.
Oh!
So tie them both together and just get Samuel L. Jackson out of there. I'm sure he's tired of playing a one-eyed guy anyway.
Wait. Nick Fury becomes the Watcher.
Yeah. So
Oh.
in Original Sin,
How cool is that?
it doesn't matter too much, but in Original Sin, you find out that Nick Fury isn't Nick Fury. He's a life droid. Nick Fury is actually was born in World War One, and has been making these robot droids to look after the world. He's called what he calls the Unseen, and even the Watcher can't see him. Yeah, it's quite a big twist.
How cool is that?
I'm butchering the story. You should
No,
definitely
that's
give it a read.
amazing. That sounds awesome.
So he's 70 years old. He has all these robot droids that are life duplicates or whatever. I can't remember what they're called. Lambs or something. Life android monitor something.
Yeah,
Oh, we're
doesn't
good. We can go 10 minutes on the last topic.
Okay.
So
I knew my topic would go long.
I like this.
Yeah.
So what happens then is they finally meet Nick Fury. He's 60, or he's 80 years old. Puts on this robot suit, fights everyone. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But he's doing all this stuff, protecting stuff from Doctor Strange's realm.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange is going to be Benedict Cumberbatch. Which, by the way, we talk about Martin Freeman in the future topic because I'm not happy with that. I hate that man. I don't hate that man. I don't even know him. Sorry. But he ends up saving the world from stuff that before it attacks the Earth.
Yeah.
If you think about the Avengers, always avenge. They never
Yeah.
prevent.
Yeah.
So he tries doing that, and he eventually becomes the real Unseen because the Watcher's dead. No one can see him.
Oh, I see. He replaces the right.
Basically,
okay.
yeah.
I'd like to point out as well, by the way, this is kind of proving what I'm saying here. I find Marvel much more interesting. We have probably spent about 80% of this topic talking about Marvel and not actually discussing DC at all. I find that though, I find that with a lot of things. We've gotten so much more into the Daredevil series. I've watched maybe 5 episodes of Arrow, didn't even bother. I've watched 3 episodes of Constantine, haven't carried on with it.
Though. Once you find out that it doesn't paint into a bigger picture,
yeah, exactly.
there's no point. With Daredevil, the first episode we talk about the big cataclysm, the big event.
Yeah.
I thought they were talking about 9/11.
Kingpin had better be in the Spider-Man film when they eventually bring it out.
I thought they were talking about 9/11. Right?
Yeah.
They're talking about Avengers 1.
Yeah, they
and
are.
I was
I thought that was really clever.
That's why the car is going really fast to spill toxic waste, because there's a portal of
I thought that was so clever.
aliens. I totally just burped. That's gross.
We will do a burp count. at some point, because it will happen more.
But no, DC's too fractured, and they need to just introduce the multiverse and
That would solve all of their problems, but they won't do it.
Do you want to know quickly how many films are coming out in the DC shared universe film?
Do it.
Right, there's Batman v Superman, that's 2016. Suicide Squad, Wonder
Which
Woman.
I'm really looking forward to, by the way.
Wonder Woman, Justice League Part 1, The Flash, Aquaman, Shazam, Justice League Part 2, Cyborg, Green Lantern. Right? That's the wrong order.
Yeah, this is exactly what they've done. They've done it the wrong way round. What Marvel did was introduce all the characters, then had the big film with everybody. What DC are doing over the big film with everybody, and then doing all the side ones.
They're trying to bait you in because people know Batman, people know Superman, basically.
Yeah.
Right? It's a different Batman, but forget about it. You know that he's a man who dressed up like a bat. That's the premise.
Actually ties in quite well to one of the topic suggestions we'd had. Nobody really knows much about Aquaman.
No.
Nobody really knows too much about Wonder Woman.
No, of course.
Like all the minor characters. This is what they're trying to do. They're giving you an Avengers style film with characters you've never heard of, so you want to watch the other ones.
Should we just jump straight into topic 3 now? See, we're pretty much on it anyway.
Yeah, my final point on that one was basically I find Marvel more interesting. They've made it more friendly to more people. I find
It's
DC,
accessible.
Yeah, definitely. I find DC very niche and maybe kind of boring in some cases, to be honest.
You find DC boring?
At some of the series
I don't know
and
if we
things
can
like
be
that.
friends anymore.
No, I mean like some of the way they presented like the series and things like that. And Man of Steel, I hated. I literally fell asleep. I tried to watch it like 4 times. It didn't happen. Like that's the kind of thing I mean. Like Marvel's more accessible. DC to me, it doesn't draw you back in.
No, but because it's not painting to any greater. Yeah. Like one film is good, and you're like that's why you can see it with the Batman trilogy. I'll call it. I don't think it is a trilogy. Batman Begins, Dark Knight Returns, Dark Knight Rises. Right? They call it a Dark Knight trilogy, but Batman Begins was meant to be a standalone film.
Yeah.
Like it's not even called Dark Knight.
Number 2 is clearly the best as well.
I disagree. Batman Begins.
Just saying.
Dark Knight Returns is not a Batman film. It's a Joker film.
Yeah, but isn't that what you really wanted anyway?
No, because that's what wrong with my Suicide Squad film. Anyway.
Yes.
Topic 3.
Moving on.
Which I am going to bring. So, a girl who I'm going to call a super fan. We've done 2 episodes. She's watched them both. So that's 100%. I don't think most other people can't say they've watched 100% of everyone else's content.
Yeah.
So, Carmel James, you wanted to talk about secondary heroes, which
yes.
you just mentioned in the last one, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring this into. Should Batman v Superman be 2 films, right? Now, I've prepared a little something here, right?
Okay.
Which is
slideshow presentation.
right. This is my fear with Batman v Superman. Right.
Right.
There are too many secondary characters in it, and it's what failed Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 syndrome of just cramming too much in for fan pandering. Exactly.
Definitely.
We talked about that last week. Like,
yeah.
Gotham went off the rails because in the 3rd episode they're on about Balloon Man because they can't talk about any real characters because like, guess what?
Yeah,
you need Batman.
Because A, they're all children, and B, they've already introduced them all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Poison Ivy is in the first 10 minutes of that film.
And your name is Ivy.
Yeah, exactly. It killed him. So this is my problem with Batman v Superman, right? The film comes out. I've done a bit of Googling, right? The film comes out March 23rd, 2016, right?
Yeah.
Here are the confirmed characters for it. Superman. We know Superman, right?
It
is a Man of Steel sequel. So that's Superman, Henry Cavill or whatever.
Henry Cavill?
Cavill is
He's
the
from,
same
like,
Superman.
the Tudors.
He's the same Superman. He's a good actor. I
really good.
like the look of him. He's a good Superman.
Yes,
right?
agreed.
We know that Batman is in this.
Ben Affleck.
Right? Bruce Wayne as well. I'm
also looking forward to seeing him.
I'm counting them as 2 actors.
What do you mean?
Batman and Bruce Wayne.
Oh, okay.
They're 2 characters to me.
Yeah.
Right? We know Lex Luthor as Jesse Eisenberg, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I think he'll be really good at it, actually. I think
Right.
that'll be quite good.
We've also got Alfred, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Cyborg. All of those are guaranteed roles.
Who's Cyborg?
Who's Cyborg?
Who is Cyborg?
Right, let me run through the whole list and then we'll go through, okay?
Okay.
So Cyborg is a man called Victor Stone, right?
Right.
Basically, he's one of the founding members of Justice League. He is a cyborg.
But this is the problem. They're going to have to try and fit his origin story into the film.
Well, exactly, right? So already, we've already announced that they're going to have an Aquaman, Cyborg, and Wonder Woman films after this.
Yeah.
They're doing it in the wrong
What good
order.
is that to us now?
It's called In Medias Res, and it's a thing. You ever watch a film when you see an action scene first, and then they flash back? They flash back to. In fact, it was Man of Steel. You go straight to the action, and the whole film wasted its time with flashbacks.
Yeah.
It's called In Medias Res, and it stands for like in the middle we rest or something.
Yeah.
But basically, right. So those are the confirmed characters, right? I've now compiled a list of characters who I think will make a cameo appearance, right? We've got...
Go for it.
So, Cyborg's called Victor Stone, right? And you made a good point there by saying we're going to need to see his origin story. So we've got Cyborg, who's Victor Stone, Silas Stone, who's his father, Flash, Arrow, Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern, Ra's al Ghul, and Talia al Ghul, right? That is a lot of...
That is a lot of people.
That is a lot of characters. We don't know they're in there, but if you haven't Cyborg, and no one's mentioned the word Cyborg before, you've got to introduce him somehow.
Yeah.
Either in his film, which is backwards, and I don't think they'll do it.
No.
If we're bringing a new Batman in, Ra's al Ghul, Talia, possibly. But, like, you can't have the Justice League without Green Lantern, without Flash, without Martian Manhunter. Now, none of those have been confirmed. Flash and Arrow. If this isn't
Martian Manhunter is another one. I know nothing about him.
He's also hasn't got his own film.
No.
They've not announced one yet, which I'm surprised at. But they could also bring in any of the Suicide Squad films because the Batman v Superman comes out March 23rd, 2016.
Yes.
Suicide Squad comes out August 6th. They're gonna need to just say here is Arkham Asylum. Here is you need to point. That's not confirmed.
No.
But you need to just say hi. There is stuff going on that we're going to explore later on, right?
Yeah.
You right?
Yeah.
So they need to set up a scene. It's very much the end credit scenes. They need to just be like, so here is...
Yeah, definitely.
So Suicide Squad film also has Harley, Joker, El Diablo, Killer Croc, Enchantress, Deadshot, Rick Flag, Amanda Waller, and Slipknot.
How many of those have individual films after Suicide Squad?
I don't think any of them. Probably a Harley and Joker film somewhere.
Probably. She looks awesome, by the way.
Yeah, she does.
She does look awesome. I told you,
That's my
Margot.
baby.
I told you all along, Margot Robbie would make an amazing Harley Quinn.
So let's say this film is what, 2 hours?
Yeah.
2 hours long is about an average film, 2 and a bit.
Yeah.
That is a lot of people to have in that film to properly explain as well. That's not including bit parts like Lawrence Fishburne's character or doesn't matter.
I don't know who that is. Sorry.
Or like Lois Lane and Martha Kent and other stuff like that. If we have a flashback to Bruce Wayne's parents, that's just more characters filling up screen time when Wonder Woman isn't even gonna be in this film that much. She's one of the main characters of the Justice League. Dawn of Justice. What else can that mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be. I mean, this film is even superseded by 3 films and then a Justice League Part 1.
I'm a little worried that this film is basically going to be what all the end credit scenes were for Marvel. It's going to be them going around finding the Justice League.
But how were there going to be time for Batman v Superman?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. This is
why I think this film should be 2 films.
Pop shield down, guys. Pop shield down.
This is why I think this film should be 2 films.
Yes.
To give these smaller characters, because I imagine Aquaman, who's Khal Drogo.
Yes.
Jason
Momoa.
He's going to be an awesome Aquaman.
He's going to be amazing in Aquaman.
He looks the part that they're setting for this Snyderverse.
It's kind of more tribal, isn't it? Which
yeah,
is nice.
I mean, his tattoos and his armor are fish scales as well that blend.
Ah, awesome.
So it's a cool idea, and he's got long black hair with white stripes. They've got rid of very much the orange and green. That's nowhere to be seen. But he's
Can you
gonna
imagine
have such a
Jason Momoa in
small
tights?
part. He's gonna have such a small part that what's the point about him in the film?
Yeah.
Carmel here said, I haven't got the exact tweet, but she basically said, I could pick these people out of a lineup, but I don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is exactly the topic she wanted to have, but this is more of to the people making these films.
Consequences.
There are people who don't know who these characters are. You've got 130 minutes of screen time, including credits, including intro, including any fucking flashbacks you put in.
Yeah, to introduce
awesome fight scenes.
8 to 10 characters.
At least.
And get on with the storyline.
And have a tangible film. This film is only going to disappoint me.
Yes.
I'm saying this now. I'm so pumped for this film. I know how I want this film to be done, but this film can only disappoint me. Is it really 35 minutes already?
It is, yeah. So, in summary, it should be 2 films. Just to give enough screen time to all the characters they're trying to introduce. They're good characters. They're great characters.
They are awesome characters.
There's a lot of design, a lot of hard work. They're great actors. They're not going to give them enough screen time to do them justice. Get it?
I like the fact that we are having such an all-star cast.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
like the fact
it's
it's
going to be
Jared
amazing.
Leto, it's Margot Robbie, it's Will Smith.
Yes.
It's Ben Affleck.
Gonna be
It's
amazing.
Jason Momoa. It's these are big names, at least nowadays. Like, what I can't remember the last. Will Smith did that Focus film. Henry Cavill. All I know is you said
Superman.
Tudors and Superman.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Margot
all he's
Robbie
done.
is Wolf of Wall Street, but that film's huge. Jared Leto, Fight Club, and American Psycho. I know him as, but
Yeah.
it's banned. It's massive. Like, there's a reason people are talking about these people. I just hope they give them enough. They
Screen
do the
time.
due diligence and just say, right, the order's messed up, and I know they can't change anything now because
No,
this
they
film
can't
is
do
out
anything
in
about
about
it
a
now.
year. Which we're going to hear a lot of stuff as well. We've had one teaser trailer for this film. We're going to have a lot more. Like,
We should do some reactions videos, which are going to start, by the way. We're going to start doing some reactions videos. So I think maybe for the trailers,
Yeah, most
or whatever
definitely.
that come out, that would be
We're
quite
probably going to do
interesting.
one for that leaked picture of
Which I've only seen once.
Harley and Joker.
Harley and the Joker from Suicide Squad. I've only seen that once, so that'd be quite interesting to have a in-depth look at that.
Most definitely. But yeah, I know that isn't exactly what Carmel meant for that topic, but it's how I interpret it.
Yeah,
it's
I
just
think
like
she made
there's
a really
too
good
much
point.
crammed into here, and I took it more as a sample. She knows these people. She could be like, all right, here's 50 superheroes lined up. You know what Aquaman looks like, but who the is he?
Yeah, like-
explain that, or you're gonna lose people. Which the comics confuse people
To
enough.
me, like, especially me, because I don't really know too much about comics. I'm going to go sit there and be like, okay, cool, Aquaman, but why is he there?
Exactly, but then they're telling us in the wrong order.
Yeah. Which would basically make the, like, individual films kind of like flashbacks.
But then what's the point of the individual films because
Yeah.
you already know where they are? They
Yeah.
end up in Justice
Yeah,
League.
they don't die. They're not in any kind of danger. They end up in the Justice League.
Yeah. No, I don't think the films will be prequels. I do think the Green Lantern film will be a sequel after Dawn of Justice.
Wait, what?
They're making a Green Lantern film.
Oh, God.
It won't be Ryan Reynolds. It'll be good.
Who is it?
They haven't announced. Or if they have, I haven't heard.
And on that note,
Well, again, guys, thank you very much. This one went really fast.
yeah, definitely.
Like I had a really good time doing this. Thank you.
You guys are enjoying this.
Yeah, I was pumped to listen to this one. I don't know if anyone else was, but I was pumped to talk about this sort of stuff. But thank you very much, guys, for getting through to the end of another GeekyClean show. We appreciate everything you guys do, say, tweet, follow. Remember, the show comes out every Monday on YouTube. For the audio-only version, you guys can hit up SoundCloud, Podomatic. I will check the iTunes, and I will let you guys know. Probably through Twitter, which is at It's Adova, Sarah Jayne Hale, GeekyClean Show. All that's been on the screen the whole time, or in the description if you guys listen to audio-only version.
Please don't forget to be using the hashtag
GC
GC topic as well. Not many people are, and we're getting a lot of comments on like Facebook and things like that, which is great. But the easiest way to do it is through Twitter. So if you can do that, would be really
Yeah,
helpful.
we can just filter it down by GC topic, and then we know exactly what we're talking about and how we can pick it as well. Because if a lot of people talk about the same thing, then that
That's the
means you
topic
guys
we'll choose.
want us
Yeah.
to talk about it. Like that's the
Yeah.
whole point of this. So remember, get involved in this whole back and forth conversation. And thank you very much. And that's the end of another GeekyClean show.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.